Made these comments. You've been known as a very patient coach. Do you think your players have sometimes this season taken advantage of your patience?
Well, that's probably a criticism that is a worthy one. You know, I don't think the players are any different than other human beings. What we try to do is create an environment in which people could grow. A lot of times people won't grow in spite of themselves and that environment. Because they'll want to take the easy way. And that's when perhaps you approach it differently. The patience still has to be the same. Still has to be the same because people are supposed to grow. You go one way or the other. You grow or go the opposite way. So you still have to be patient. Now, however you get them to the point where they wish to continue to improve, that can be done with common sense and an approach, or it can be done with a whip. There are some players that need a bit of a kick once in a while, and some of our players indicate to me even that perhaps I don't kick them enough. Well, I've never necessarily believed that you've got to berate someone either on the bench or in the dressing room in front of their peers to get them to perform well. In fact, I've always believed that once you start to do that, you have a very short time with that athlete because eventually that wears off too. That's usually your last straw. So if that's what makes them go, then really we don't want them because and they won't be here because they'll have to go and get a whip from someone else. So it's not the kind of player you'll win championships with. Do we have players that are like that? Well, I have some guys that in our meetings will say, "Oh, you got to kick some guys." But usually they're the guys that ought to be the ones that kick that throw that at you as an answer when you're talking about problems of the club. And there's lots of different ways to approach coaching. I mean, there are some guys that are just outright jerks in their approach to the players because they consider the players to be jerks. And afterwards they rationalize it and say, well, that's my job. But if you look, the turnover on those hockey clubs is very fast. And often management decides that after a short period of time they don't want that kind of coach anyway because nothing grows with that sort of thing. By the same token, yes, some players need a prod, and they need to be told, and we try to do that. I mean, we've got a staff here that personality-wise are all different people. Now, that could be my approach, but Rick might take a different one. Ron, Stan would have a different approach with the players, and I think our goal is we are there to help the player to be his best, and we try to do it with good preparation on our part, some readiness to give them a plan, and then encouragement to try to execute that plan because that's the way we get results. And like I say, maybe at this time of the year you kick a few people, but that's not a long run solution.